Hey, good morning, peace and blessings. Gerald, these children said, Enlightening Minds Enterprise. I wanted to speak with you about depression. Me and the brother was talking last night, and we talked about a number of things, but that was one of the things that came up. And the reason why it was one of the things that came up because I was talking to a brother some days ago, and he was speaking about a burden that was weighing on him. And it was weighing on him in such a way that it had him feeling depressed. Depressed in almost, I would say, the ultimate sense, or in the most extreme sense. And I've just across even like Facebook or other social media pages or sources or whatever, you hear many different people talk about their experiences with depression, their feelings of depression, their ability to overcome it or not. And even for myself, what I was sharing with the brother last night was that even I have experienced it as well. I've experienced it on an extreme level, and sometimes I just may feel it for a moment in the mornings or when I wake up, or maybe sometimes at night. And I'm an individual that studies myself very thoroughly, every day and constantly and consistently, because I want to be in total control of my evolution, because evolution, while it is constant, and I would go as far as to say inevitable, it can't be stopped. Your evolution is going to happen. And one would rather be in control of it than not. So for me, as an individual who tries to always remain in control of my evolution, I study myself always. I'm always asking myself, analyzing myself, the way I feel, the way I think. And I think so for many of us, we experience these forms and feelings of depression at different times throughout our lives. And a lot of times they are hard to understand. They are hard to rationalize or reason with. But what I was just telling the brother last night, and also what I explained to the brother that I was speaking to some days ago, which is also something that I even apply to myself, and is that depression is largely connected to our inability to remain grateful a lot of times for where we are, what we have, and where we have come from, what we have been through. You see, sometimes some of the things that we have been through still weighs on us, so we haven't fully gotten through it yet. And it's only going to be us being able to go and confront that we're going to ever be able to fully rise through it in a beneficial, in a stronger, in a more healthy way. That gratitude piece is a difficult thing, to genuinely be grateful all the time for where we are and not get into this feeling of despair or hopelessness or depression as a result of what we don't have or what we haven't accomplished or where we aren't. Pardon me. But while it is difficult sometimes to always remain grateful, it is very necessary. But let me tell you the other piece though. See, another reason why we have a tendency to fall in depression And this probably plays into the ingratitude part, but this is something of its own that we have total control of. And it is a lack of productivity. See, a lot of times we look at where we are and we say, I'm not where I should be. I haven't accomplished what I should have accomplished. Because as a person, you know, we are our hardest critic. We are our worst critic. So we can see on a personal level, up close, through the magnifying glass, what we haven't done, what we could have done, what we should have done, and things that we need to stop doing. We know how much time we waste. We know how much resources we've wasted. You know, even when we've given other people different stories or whatever. And so we look at where we should be and realize we're not where we should be and become a little disappointed, especially when we see others where we know we should be. But let me tell you this. To understand why we are experiencing a thing, why we are where we are, is only half the battle. The other piece now, and I will tell you this, is when you really want to rise out of this feeling of depression, which you do want to rise out of it because it can be very destructive and demented. So, to rise out of it, all you have to do is become productive. Just get up and start cleaning up the house, straightening up, sweeping the floors, washing and folding clothes, wash the car, cut the yard. Just start doing things, the little things that you need to do. But I guarantee you that when you even just do those things, and you can look around, you're going to feel better once it's done. You're not going to feel the same level of depression that you felt after you've become productive. So to remain, you see, joy and happiness is really largely connected to productivity. That's why no matter how rich a person gets, no matter what kind of relationships or how successful a relationship is that they're in, if that relationship or if that individual doesn't remain productive, you're going to reach a point where you're just not as happy as you feel you should be. And again, it's understandable. But again, just work on being productive. Just do small things. Write, read, do things that you don't do all the time. Not to say something you do all the time, because that's the routine. Do things that you know you want to do that you haven't done, and just do small things. Just do things. Just do positive things. Do productive things. I'm going to tell you, when I get up and make my bed and clean up around my house, I definitely feel better. I get out and do stuff in the garage, I feel better. I get out and run some errands, pay some bills, and knock out some things, get some of these obligations and responsibilities up off my brain, I feel better. It gives me more room to calculate and think. So, that's my message. Just productivity is connected to our happiness. Productivity and gratitude. Productivity and gratitude. Productivity and gratitude. Gerald Hassan, the Children's Enlightening Minds Enterprise. Your life coach, your motivator, your social dynamic teacher and instructor, your guide, your man, your brother. Peace and blessings.